Hello and welcome to New York Snowflakes. I'm here with my oldest friend, Rachel. My name is Gretchen. There's a lot going on in the world, and we have a lot of opinions about it. And this week, one thing happening is Eurovision.
Eurovision!
Yes. I know we talked about this last year. I am not a Eurovision expert. However, Rachel kind of is. So she's going to explain to all of us, including me.
I feel like even the people who run Eurovision are kind of not Eurovision experts. And that's becoming palpable with, I think that we kind of have to start at this place of the controversy over Israel's participation in Eurovision, which, you know, we're going to try to be a little bit, you know, careful about what we talk about here. We're just talking about Eurovision.
We don't need to get into the whole Palestine thing. Right?
Yeah. Although they overlap a little bit, which is a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
And I remember this starting last year that, like, people were so disappointed by how many points Israel got that they were like, you know, you have to release all of the votes and you have to release, like, the voting system and you have to, you know. And I feel like leading the charge last year was Iceland. And I don't know if they are participating in this year's competition. And I think that I know that they threatened to boycott because of Israel's participation. And a bunch of countries actually threatened to boycott because of Israel's participation. And so things have been a little weird leading up to this Eurovision this year.
So I have a question. And I know we talked about this before, but just as a refresher, Israel is not part of Europe. Is Eurovision just everywhere now?
Well,
it seems like mostly European countries, so I'm kind of confused.
It's supposed to be European countries. It's put on by the European Broadcasting, like a nonprofit European Broadcasting Association of Broadcasters. I don't know. It has a name. And then, like, members of that group are the, like, broadcasters that choose their own Eurovision contestants. And I guess Israel's National Broadcasting Agency, which I believe is like it's a state-run broadcasting agency, is a member of this group that puts on Eurovision.
Okay.
And Australia is also part of Eurovision.
Oh, yeah. So. I think I knew that. But technically that's they're like the UK. They're territory or the Commonwealth.
True.
Commonwealth, not territory.
They're in the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But then the UK isn't in Europe either, so.
That's true.
Anyways,
And the UK is a participant in Eurovision also. I believe they're listed as UK and not as England, but the artist is English.
Okay.
And yeah, sometimes Ireland is involved. I don't know. It's all kind of up in the air.
Because didn't the Irish one do the song about the dog?
Oh my God!
Like a party.
Like a party.
Like a party. Okay, so controversy about Israel. There was an article in the New York Times recently.
There was an article in the New York Times, and apparently this was good enough reporting to make it into the New York Times, but
it feels like a lot gets through the New York Times recently. Like, I know I used to really enjoy, like, the New York Times, but it's gotten a little iffy as of late. Yeah.
So the New York Times, I guess, was kind of trying to do like an investigative piece on what was going on with Israel and using Eurovision as a soft power tool to, like, basically they were saying that, like, Israel's kind of like state propaganda agency was going to use Eurovision as a way to, like, get European support for Israel. And if that's true, that was a huge fail because the people of Europe, well, at least, you know, some people with some loud voices at Eurovision are not having it. And so essentially, you know, the folks, when it came down to it, it came down to the fact that, so when you vote for Eurovision, a person in a country, so like if I lived in Sweden, I would get 10 votes. It used to be 20 votes, now it's 10 votes.
Okay.
So like, a person in a country gets 10 votes, they cannot vote for their own country. And this is for voting in the semifinals, which, so there's like a juried competition for songs to get into the semifinals. And then once you're in the semifinals, there's a popular vote where, anybody in a European country can download an app and they can vote 10 times for any songs that they like in any combination. So you can vote 10 times for the same song. There's not a rule against that. So really what all of this fighting came down to after like countless meetings and summits amongst the Eurovision, media agencies was that Israel had started this campaign, kind of like a social media campaign or maybe like a marketing campaign funded with state funding, telling people to vote 10 times for Israel. And there's not a rule against that.
Yeah.
But I guess the people of the rest of Europe were like, that is not how this is done.
Yeah, it's not.
They're
not
like,
a typical thing that people do.
It's an unspoken rule that you don't tell people to vote 10 times for the same song.
Okay.
But there's not an actual rule on the books telling countries that they can't do that. There's not, and there's not supposed to like technically be like, it's not supposed to be political. It's supposed to just, sort of be, about the music. It's about unity through music. So I think that the fact that like state funds were spent on this campaign, like again, there was no rule against it, but people were feeling a lot of feelings about that. They weren't loving it. And so there was sort of like an investigation into like how effective were these Israeli marketing campaigns. And they didn't release all the data, but basically they were like, take our word for it. The campaigns were not that effective.
Okay. So who did the study?
The Eurovision people.
Okay.
The like organization that runs Eurovision. And they also like, they didn't release like detailed findings. They just sort of released like a high level, like, we don't think that like this marketing campaign was that effective, but we also don't want Israel to be running ads like this. So, Israel, I guess this year they didn't really listen. They ran some ads. They were told to stop running the ads, and I think that they did.
Okay.
But then also no other country was like, oh, we should probably run our own ads.
Well, so I have a question. I mean, but I thought, is Israel trying to ingratiate itself with the European people? Like, this seems like not a great way to do it.
So I know it's a disaster. Israel, honestly, like any state-run thing in Israel is a disaster. But at the end of the day, like last year, I thought that they had one of the strongest songs, kind of just like, on its own merits. This year, I think that this performer is really charismatic. I think the song is really strong. The dancers are really good.
Yeah.
Like, it just so happens that Israel is full of like really beautiful and talented people. And, so if you're judging on the art and the artists and the people who are like actually participating in this competition, I really don't see why people would have a problem with it, but Iceland certainly does.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my thing is, I don't want to be judged by my government. Like, if someone was like, if I was in a competition, everyone was like, well, Donald Trump's your president, I'm not voting for you. I'd be like, I understand, but I'm also not Donald Trump and I don't support Donald Trump. So, like, I want to be able to separate the art from the government. But then the government's getting involved, so it's kind of, like, annoying probably to everyone that they can't separate it. But it's also like, it's like the Olympics of music. Like, it's not, they're tied together. The government is involved. So,
and
it's hard.
It's diplomacy in a way. Like, I think that, maybe there was a better way to do this. Maybe if, like, you know, Israel wanted to, you know, come to Eurovision and say like, hey, here's what we do support.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, art and pop music and, you know, unity and all of that sort of stuff. And that is like what their delegation is doing. They've been doing a great job all week.
Yeah.
But it's it's been awkward. And I think that also the people of Europe, I know that they think that Eurovision is really important. Are they really under the illusion that Eurovision, that the like being able to participate in Eurovision is so important to Israel that they would completely do a 180 on their foreign policy?
Yeah.
Based on being allowed or not allowed to participate in the song contest? That I don't know.
I don't think that Israel would sacrifice their foreign policy for Eurovision, personally.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like Eurovision is very powerful. I don't know if it stops wars.
It can stop a war of the heart, not actual wars.
Not actual wars, as it turns out, but you know, it's Eurovision. You know, they have a vision of a peaceful world with lots of very fun pop music and costumes and so I guess that's kind of where we are. And like during the Israel performance at the first semifinal, there were audible chants in the audience from like, and there were people waving Palestinian flags, and there were chants in the audience chanting "Stop Genocide," and there were boos, and that was really shitty because like this man was like here to perform, and he was here to perform music and participate in a song contest, and like you know, I don't think
you can protest elsewhere in my opinion. Like
I'm all for like I think people should protest, but like this is not like you paid for a ticket to the Eurovision Song Contest semifinal, and this is what you want to do with that.
Yeah, and I just feel like like I said, I would feel so shitty if I was a talented, amazing singer and everyone was just shouting about Donald Trump while I was performing. Like, again, understand the anger, but that's not, you know, this is about art. Like, this is not about, it's something different. Yeah. So, and
although, in like the most Israeli move ever, the this artist, and of course I forgot his name, but he seems lovely, and in an interview he said that he actually rehearsed with a track of boos and chants so that he would be prepared for that. And then during the live performance, when he heard them start to chant at him, he was like, great, I feel right at home. Which
oh my God,
is kind of how Israel gets it done. And you gotta respect being prepared for any eventuality.
Yeah. I mean, that's some K-pop school stuff. Like, you prepare for the worst. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and he ended up making the final. So
that's great. Yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, so it's really funny how, I mean, I know that one year, wasn't Russia banned from the Olympics one year?
Russia has been banned from the Olympics since, I can't remember.
Yes, you're right. They've been banned for a while.
Olympics. So they were like banned from the Olympics because of drugging.
Yes.
But then they have continued, then like, you know, right after that scandal, they invaded Ukraine. So like probably they were not going to be invited back to the Olympics anyway.
But then
I think the same thing with Eurovision. Russia does not now participate in Eurovision.
Okay. Because I think I was thinking about the time that Jimmy Carter protested the Olympics for the U.S. Like, they had the U.S. protest, and I forget why. But I'm not very good at 1970s politics. But yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, God. Emmanuel, when he listens to this episode, will be like, duh.
The reason this is going to be awful. Sorry, Emmanuel. The reason I remember a couple of things about 70s politics. One was the gas shortage. And I know we were
very
not
top of mind right now.
Yes. I know we were not in the Olympics And the reason I remember that is because there's an episode of 30 Rock where Pete flashes back to not being able to go to the Olympics one year because Jimmy Carter withdrew. And I think it was Jimmy Carter. Was it? That seems like a long time ago. Whatever. Anyways.
I mean, it was before our lifetime.
I know, but I feel like... whatever.
We can get to the bottom of this. We can circle back.
Yes. Okay. But
Eurovision is the Olympics of song contests.
Yeah. I do wish. I wonder. I mean, I know why, because you have to be invited. But okay, 1980 Summer Olympics. Yep. Oh, because Soviet had forces in Afghanistan. Okay.
Yes.
The Soviet Union.
Of course.
Okay. So why can't the U.S. be in Eurovision? Wouldn't we have fun?
That is a great question. And I think that, so I watched the first semifinal. It was on, I feel like we're getting closer. It was on Peacock. It was just like,
yeah,
it was live on Peacock. So we're getting closer. I think there's more interest. Mm-hmm. But I also think that, like, when you think about, like, European unity, like, the U.S., like...
It doesn't really fit in there.
Yeah, like, they don't even go here. Like, we're not... I don't know. Everything is at such a different, like, level in Europe, including pop music. The pop music it's very different. Every song sounds like a throwback. Every single one of these songs sounds like the 90s this year. I feel like they kind of just discovered dubstep over there. They're like...
Yeah, it's a little different. I just wish that we had, like, a Mera-vision where, like, all the North and South American countries... I'm sorry. Yes, North and South American countries competed.
That would be dope.
What if we start that? We should start that. It'd be so fun.
We really should. I feel like we couldn't do that in America, though, because, like, it would be too, like there's just, like, one songwriter in America, and it's Amy Allen. And,
but are there? I think there are more. I actually heard from... This is crazy. I'm not going to say who the pop star is because I don't want to out for the information. Not that it's a secret. Like, I Googled this person and it's all there. But my friend in LA was saying how his friend was a guitarist, and this friend's roommate was doing a session with a pop star, and the studio guitarist dropped out last minute. He's like, oh, well, my roommate is a guitarist. He brought him in. This guy and the pop star are best friends and songwriters. They have been for 15 years. He's written, like, all his albums. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So I feel like there are songwriters. We just, like, obviously you don't need that story to know that, but I just thought that was a fun story. But I feel like maybe we need to just have, like, a U.S. vision where each state competes, but then that will turn into the Hunger Games, so I don't know. But
I feel like we can't be trusted because we are not like Europe.
We're not like Europe.
Like, these people never thought to run a campaign on social media and tell people to vote 10 times for their country.
That's true.
They just never thought of it.
Yeah.
Like,
we're
they're
not
so polite. And so this was, like, the whole scandal, obviously not even mentioned by any of the, like, official Eurovision, like, publicity or marketing. But then at the end of the broadcast for the first semifinal, they were like, here are the 3 rules of Eurovision. And they were like, you can't vote for your own country. I don't know, there was some other rule. And then they were like, you get 10 votes. And, you know, it's important to spread the love around. It's important to not vote for all one country. Like, vote for all the songs that you like. And so, yeah, I don't know what that's about. They're also, like, you know, they did end up taking a vote on whether or not Israel should be able to participate this year. And basically, like, an uncited source was like, listen, a lot of countries don't want to have to explain to the population of their country that they voted Israel out of Eurovision. So, like, it's very important to these people. And
this is, like, this almost feels like war politics, and it's Nah,
It
obviously,
for
but
sure does.
it's
Like
yeah,
it's so serious.
yeah. They
They
take it very
also,
seriously.
in like a strange turn since the first semifinal aired, the second semifinal is actually airing as we speak right now.
Oh, gotta catch up.
Um,
I gotta catch up.
so yeah, more to come on that.
Mm-hmm.
But right after the first semifinal, which included both Israel and Finland, something like happened behind the scenes, and I guess maybe Finland emerged as like a front runner, and Israel, like I think the artist from Israel or possibly the songwriter was like, listen, if Finland wins Eurovision this year and hosts next year, it's going to be really hard for Israel to participate. So like,
Oh, why? What
I
am I not?
don't
What don't?
know. I don't know. I don't know why, but they're like, maybe they're doing it for the drama, which is so stupid. Or maybe they just like cannot be trusted to handle a, public affairs campaign. Like this is like truly a
That's crazy.
disaster of
Yeah,
marketing.
I don't
But
think
they're
know
like,
why they said
they're
that.
setting themselves up as like rivals, like
Yeah,
Finland and Israel.
yeah. Why would you set yourself up? Like, why pinpoint one other country like that? That seems so dangerous and very un-European. So,
It's kind of like, well, something similar happened last year when Iceland thought that they were going to be one of the front runners, and then they immediately, after the semifinals, started like firing attacks at Israel that also was kind of like seemed to be one of the front runners. Again, the voting data was not public at this point, so I don't know like
okay,
where the leak in the Eurovision voting is.
okay.
And then, yeah, Iceland and Israel both did not win, and Austria won, and like that was great. So I guess what I'm saying is like, who knows? Because everybody who like the Eurovision kind of folks seemed to think was a front runner last year ended up not winning. Like they thought that it
Wow.
was going to be
Yeah.
like Israel, Iceland, Sweden, and Montenegro, the espresso guy.
Oh yeah.
And Australia maybe,
I
and
forgot about espresso. That was fun.
yeah, they put a lot of their PR juice behind those four countries, and none of those countries won. So
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah. I know. You never do know what these things. That's what's kind of interesting about this competition too. It's really hard to kind of guess.
It is.
Yeah.
You just, and also like if you don't watch it, like if you don't watch the broadcast, it is hard to drill down on like
Yeah.
who you like which songs you like, because seeing the live performance element of it is so important.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. Because I
Like,
remember, yeah, I needed to watch them last year to really understand what's going on. I tried to kind of get it without watching them all. I'm like, oh, this doesn't. Yeah.
no, it doesn't really, yeah, it doesn't come through. I listened to the playlist in preparation for watching the broadcast, which also on Spotify, there are playlists that are like Eurovision 2026 playlist, and then there's like Eurovision 2026 playlist without Israel. So like
Oh.
the it's very real out there.
Yeah,
So I listened to the
interesting.
playlist with Israel included.
You gotta get
And
the full picture. Always.
but there were some of the songs that I was like, yeah, that's kind of like a meh song. I didn't really feel it. And then when I saw it performed live, I was like, oh, like Germany. I listened to that song and I was like, yeah, it's fine. And then I saw her perform live and I was like, oh my God, like this was amazing.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's really interesting. Yeah, I did also see that related to, things minus Israel, but Zara Larsson is not performing at Eurovision because Israel is participating, right?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I thought she was in Eurovision. Am I wrong?
I don't
Like, I thought she, like,
think
competed. Why did I think that? But
I mean, she
anyways.
is from Sweden, but I don't remember ever seeing her
Yeah.
in Eurovision.
For some reason, I thought I had, but I must be just...
Maybe. I don't know how old. I feel like she's very young, so
Yeah, she's 27
it would have had
or
to have been
something.
recently.
Yeah. I guess I just made that up in my head. I know I saw her on the Grammy Music Only Awards, but
Oh yeah, the Swedish Grammys.
Yeah.
That was the week before Eurovision
Yeah.
started, so it's
Okay.
there
Okay.
was some overlap certainly.
All right, so she's not performing because of the. She also declined other years though. Oh, because of Israel's participation. So she declined in 2024 because of Israel, and maybe that's why. Because why they don't want to go to Finland? She's Swedish, I know, but maybe they still want to go to Scandinavia in general. I don't know.
I mean, it could be. There's a lot of stuff going on in Europe, and it's a really tough time.
Yeah, it's a tough time for everyone.
But excluding artists that are just trying to contribute to unity through music is not the way that you get things done.
That's not how you get unity. You have to be able to talk to people and stuff. And music is the best way to connect and open the heart. So
exactly.
Why are you doing this? Yeah.
It's, I don't know. They're trying very hard to not let it bring a dark cloud over Eurovision. So we're choosing to have fun. I had fun watching this broadcast.
I'm gonna catch up. Yes, we'll have to talk more about it once we hear the winners and everything. But we are gonna do a quick one today. But we'll be definitely discussing more when we hear the winners and everything. So yeah.
Yes, we will catch up more on Eurovision. We will catch up on. There's a lot going on in Europe right now. Yeah. Europe's having a really big week. They're also having the Cannes Film Festival.
Yes, we'll have to talk about that.
And the Dior Cruise collection just dropped, and it's really good.
Yeah, with the Philip Tracy hats and everything. Yeah,
it's really quite good. I really quite enjoy it.
I don't know, for Dior.
What's the difference between a cruise collection and a resort collection?
Good question.
I feel like some houses do a cruise collection, some houses do a resort collection. We saw recently Chanel did their line. I feel like in my mind they're a little bit interchangeable. It's like stuff that rich folks wear on yachts and stuff.
Yeah.
And Chanel did the weird little half shoe, which I thought was very
everyone
funny.
hated, but I thought they were funny. Yeah,
it was very, very funny. It's if you just don't want your heels to get sand.
Yeah. That's where the problem is. Usually the heels.
It's usually the heels.
Yeah, toes no problem. No, but I thought from what I remember, I could be wrong. I thought resort was slightly more beachy, and then cruise was a little bit more, travel oriented, if that makes any sense.
Right.
But I don't know. I could be making that up. I just remember seeing resort collections that were slightly more flowy, but that could be just me, taking things and giving them meaning when it's not there. But yes, I think they're kind of interchangeable. Yeah.
And in any rate, I really liked them both. I like the Chanel and I like the Dior quite a bit. I think that the boys are doing a great job. Mathieu and Jonathan are really breathing new life into some really kind of old, possibly stuffy houses.
I agree. I'm loving what Jonathan Anderson's doing. So, I mean, we knew we've liked him since we knew he was probably going to hit this out of the park. But so.
Great job. And also the front row was incredible, and everybody looked great. And just you love to see it.
Yeah, I was admiring a lot of those dresses. Yeah, but still not a hat girly. But maybe one day.
I feel like you're just waiting for the right hat.
The right hat. The right hat
will find you.
Maybe one day I'll just turn to Isabella Blow and have so many hats, and we'll never look
Absolutely.
back. Yeah, but
I can't wait. Just in time for climate change. Just we're all gonna be the hats will just get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they'll just be cocoons at some point. But yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my gosh, me too. Actually, that would be great. All right. Well, anything else we should mention before we wrap up for today?
Um, I mean, I think that, yeah, that basically covers it. We're tracking the Eurovision situation very closely.
Mm-hmm.
We are looking forward to covering Cannes. I just have to say that whoever is Demi Moore's trainer, those arms, girl, like, she walked out on that carpet at Cannes and the guns were out and they looked incredible.
I was
Like,
a little worried about her. Maybe I saw some photos that were like a little bit more.
I've
had
been
more
worried about. I
shadows.
mean,
She
no,
looks very thin.
she's too thin for
Yeah.
sure.
But she did have muscles in those arms.
But
for
she
sure.
also has like very strong. Like it was kind of like a Linda Hamilton in Terminator situation where you're like
yeah.
you're too thin, but also I feel like you could kick my ass.
Yeah, that's true. I think whoever's helping her tone her arms is doing a good
Right?
job.
Like what is she doing? Is it just like a 5-pound weight and she does it for like 6 hours?
Maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I
We
should
got to
try
get to
that.
the bottom of this.
All right, let's find out who trains Demi Moore. But
Yes. If
Okay.
also I do feel like I always forget to say this, but if you know these answers and you want to reach out to us,
yeah,
a great place to do that is in our comments. You can leave comments for us on Spotify or on YouTube, and we hope that you do. Also, we really hope that you follow us on Spotify
Yeah.
and on YouTube.
do.
So we are New York Sofalites on Spotify, New York Sofalites on YouTube. We're also on social media where we have a lot of fun and we'll continue to have a lot of fun with Eurovision. And we are at NY Sofalites on Instagram. And you can always send us an email to newyorksofalites@gmail.com. And we really hope you do.
Yeah, we would love to hear your thoughts or opinions and or answers. So please tell us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're getting into high season. It's going to be film festivals. It's going to be a lot of things. You should follow us so you don't miss anything.
True. We are staying on top of this as much as possible so that you don't have to. So, yes.
Exactly. If you are wondering if you care about something, we've got you.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know if it's worth caring about. Or you can,
Absolutely.
and if we make the wrong call, you can also tell us if we should be caring about it too. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Happy Eurovision week and
Happy Eurovision week, especially to our Scandinavian listeners who we know they come for the Scandi Fashion Week content, but they stay for the Eurovision content. And
Yes.
I do have to say that I understand why Israel might be freaked out by the song from Finland because it's very good.
Oh.
And their performance was really cool. They had like a lot of pyro. They had like a woman playing the violin like next to a window, and then the window was on fire, and then the man who was singing was on the other side of the window that was on fire, and it was like,
See, it's the kind of theater that America needs to bring us all together.
truly, like
Yeah.
the performances are so good. Like the song from Italy, that guy I need to talk to his vocal coach. He needs to take a break. He needs to gargle with some olive oil.
Uh-oh.
But he had
There's
these
so
like
much olive oil in Italy too. So.
there's so much olive oil. Like what is he doing? I think he's practicing too much is what it sounded like to me.
Okay.
But his dancers, oh my god.
Okay. I can't wait to watch. I'm gonna catch up.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to see how it goes with voting. Yeah.
I know. And then we can do like our rankings. Like if we were not allowed to vote as American people,
but we already put our 10 votes. Yeah.
the app will not let us. I tried.
Oh.
But
Can we do it using VPN?
We have to reach out to some of our European friends and see if they can like proxy vote for us.
Yeah. They're like, we don't care. Like, we care. Yeah. So, all right. We're
We care
gonna
so
have to
much.
vote. Yeah. And maybe we'll have a poll go on our Instagram too. But
Absolutely. So yeah, let us know which performances you loved. Let us know which performances you didn't love. Grease. And we'll talk to you next time.
yeah. Thanks for joining us.